Well, hello folks, it's BG along with our little dart bag build here. We finally got it done. Just a week overdue, a week and a day, I guess. A week and a day overdue, but wanted to take our time, get this guy done as best we could. It was just poor planning on my part. We had a lot going on, and we had plenty of time to build this guy, but just didn't plan accordingly, I guess. So this kit here, if some of you remember, it was actually a bagged kit that we got from a friend, and it didn't have all the parts to it, which was all right because we didn't use all the parts that would have come with this kit. We used an Iceman Collections engine, we used a MCV front suspension system and ladder bars. You can see down there in the mirror down below there. The wheels and tires are printed by my good friend Chris Rohde. I really think those came out well, and we hit those with the Revell chrome spray paint. That looks a treat. We did use the kit decals for the bumblebee stripe in the back, and then the drag paint on the tires. I'm not 100% sold on that. It was supposed to be for a different size wheel. It's a little bit small right now, but you know, it gives it a little bit of visual interest. I wouldn't even know if they'd have that on a car like this. I don't know, but I just thought it might be cool to put on there. But yeah, I got a excuse me, I got a whole list of stuff here to talk about. But yeah, we talked about Iceman's engine. We have the Hemi Hillborn engine in there. We also have Iceman's front clip, and we have MCV parts, front suspension for the gasser, and then his ladder bars, and then we also have his racing seats in there and steering wheel, and then we have VCG resins by Reese B&M shifter in there. That looks great. I even have a wire coming off of that going down to the floor. Let's see here. Around the backside, I decided it would be a little bit rustier on the backside. Maybe that's where all the salt would collect or something like that as he's driving down the road over the decades of being on the highways. But we did have to do some big time modifications to the rear suspension so we could get the wheels to sit, to give it the stance that we have, because we wanted that front end up in the air, but we didn't want to radius the wheel wells. I just didn't like that look. I like how the stock look. When I look at gassers, I always love it when they just keep the stock body lines and just raise them up in the air like this, make it some sort of street freak type of thing. But I really like that. We did do the weathering on that, the rust weathering on that. We did that on the live stream we were participating on Sunday afternoon with Mike and Jason and the guys. A lot of fun doing that, and it only took me 2 hours to do all that weathering on there. We used a motorized tool, ground down through the paint and into the plastic a little bit there, and then built it back up again with rusty colors and different types of colored oranges and reds and stuff like that to streak it, and a little bit of Tamiya panel liner wash. And then we also did a Tamiya gray panel liner wash in all the door gaps. Really helps out. I think it looks better on the white bodies if you do that with the gray panel liner rather than with the black. It's a little less stark, but does give a hint of shadow. So we left off the windshield wipers, left off the front bumper. I just like how that looks there. Also the Iceman front end on there kind of sticks out a little bit, so I like how that looks. And it's just a kick-ass car, man. The velocity stacks, I got those from Iceman also. Joel sells those. I think it's like $5 a set, $3 to $5 a set. I can't remember exactly. It's been so long since I got them, but they are turned metal and they fit right on there perfectly. A little super glue. Bada bing, bada boom, there you go. And then we have, you can see through the front windshield, ProTech harnesses, 5-point harnesses on our racing seats. And I got to give a shout out to our friend Kelly Coons, because that roll bar you see in there, the orange roll bar, that came from Kelly. We were missing that from our set, and we did get a donor set from our buddy Matt, Lucas E., but it was missing that roll bar. It had a different roll bar in there, so reached out to Kelly. He gave us a blank check. He's like, if you need anything, let me know. I was like, okay, this is what I need. He's like, do you need anything else? I'm like, nope, that was it. So he hooked us up pretty good. Now, interior-wise, I don't know if you can see it through the window opening there, but we do have aluminum panels on the doors. the door cards. We did file and sand those down smooth, and then we added in some aluminum foil on there, the Hasegawa aluminum foil. Added that to the door cards, and then we also did that on the package shelf and the rear part of the tub, just make it look like they had done sheet aluminum back there. I like that look. I think it's really great for this type of gasser that's definitely built in the backyard. The decals we did print ourselves. I used a program on my phone called Fonto, and it's PH, Fonto. But it's the only problem is they printed it on craft decal film, I guess is the best way to say that. And what's for the laser printer, but it's like probably twice as thick as it needs to be, like regular car decals should be. So they are kind of sticking up sort of proud. A little disappointing there, especially since that was like the whole focus of the car. Around the backside, of course, we did more rusting and all that jazz. A lot of fun with that. And Mr. Batson gave us a thumbs up on the rusting we did on there. He says it was done right and it's done on all the right places. So I'm going to trust his opinion on that. And can you see the exhaust dumps on the mirror down there? Those were made with some tubing, two different sizes of tubing. I glued them together and then hit them with a hot air gun, a hot gun, and just bent the tubing slightly to give it that downward angle, and then I hit the ends of the larger tubing with the heat gun to cause them to flare a little bit. I actually pressed them onto the work mat to cause them to flare a little bit. I really like that look. And if we go around the side here, we can see the tubes coming down. And it was hidden by the frame, sadly. But let's show you under the hood here in just a second. One quick thing before we get onto that is we actually did fill in the blisters on the hood. I really like that look better than trying to fit in the piece of chrome trim that was supposed to go in there. So I really like how that looks there. Now, this is a delicate beast. It's kind of like me. Maybe we'll just do it this way. There we go. It's like trying to pick up a toddler. So engine is by, like we said, Iceman Collections. That's the Hemi Hillborn engine. And you see the crossover pipe there for the water pipe. I had to kind of come up with that idea there. And we used red wires on this because I thought that would look better. Also, that's what I had in hand. So we used red wires there, and then we used ProTech spark plug boots. They're the 90-degree spark plug boots. But because the openings on the heads are so large, we stuck pieces of vinyl tubing down in there and then placed in the spark plug boots. That was actually a suggestion given to us by Scale Model Outlaw. Mr. Mike had a great idea there, so we went ahead and incorporated that, and that came out great. And the Hemi Hillborn engine does come with a magneto with it's molded open, so you have a chance to actually stuff wires in there like we did. So there you go there. And let's see. I hesitate to give you a look at the bottom because this guy is just so delicate, but I still have to glue on the side mirror. But let's see how we can. I think that'll be okay. So MCV ladder bars there. We have the Iceman U-joints, and then just a scratch-made drive shaft there. And then we did the all this blocking here to raise it up, made our own shackles and stuff. And then just made our own shocks. It'll be nice and long. The color blue, for some reason, that was really what I wanted to do there. And then also these rotors are from Iceman as well. But there's a good look at that exhaust that we created for that. I'm really proud of that. And then a haphazard drive shaft loop. I sent a picture of that to Matt. He goes, "Yeah, that's special." Yeah, I did my best on that one, but it's not my best work. So I guess that's the best way to say that. Anyway, let's chip this guy back onto his wheels. There we go. So I would like to give a big thank you to Lucas E. and Mark Batson for hosting another killer USACC build, and a huge thank you to Kim for picking this kit, because that was an inspired choice, my friend, and I think everybody who's built one of these has absolutely loved it. So well done, Kim. Well done. All right, y'all, we're going to go ahead and sign off because we got to get this guy packed. We're getting on a plane Tuesday morning, and we're going to be going up to Colorado, and this will make its debut at the Mile High Open, hosted by the Outcast Model Car Club. So hopefully we can get some video there of the show and share that with y'all, and we'll talk to y'all a little bit later on. Take it easy. We'll see you again. Bye now.